Hello and welcome. The official start of Dis-Cember. And we're starting off, like I said in my preview video, with the Disney Renaissance. And so I have to start with The Little Mermaid. Yes, you may think it's weird that a 33-year-old man is doing a review on The Little Mermaid. Yeah, but I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the channel. So then I wanted to take a look at the Disney Renaissance since last year, and this would have made sense because it would have been the 30th anniversary last year, but I did not due to other things. And so yes, and like I mentioned in my preview, I will be doing Disney movies, but also throwing in some Christmas movies in there as well. So, and there's also going to be countdowns and rankings and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's get started with my review of The Little Mermaid, a timeless classic, 31 years later. I love this movie. I do, man. It still holds up, man. But there are some things that you notice as an adult that you don't notice as a kid. First, we gotta go with the story, but you know the story. Ariel, she's a mermaid princess. She lives in the ocean with her friend Flounder, who is a fish, and Sebastian, who is a crab, and her dad is the Stern King. Big mustache and a trident and long white hair. And she falls in love with a man on the land, you know, Prince Eric. And so she decides to go to the sea witch, Ursula, and make a deal so that she could go to the man that she fell in love with and be with him. But the sea witch, she's a smart, and she says, I'm going to take away your voice. And, you know, you go up there. She's smart. And so now Ariel's without her voice and has to convince the prince that she is the one he's been looking for. So, first and foremost, I want to throw out the cast. You have Jodie Benson, Christopher Daniel Barnes, playing the two leads. Well, all I know, and I'm sure it doesn't sing anything on the back. Animated features usually don't. No. But I do like, and I noticed it this time watching it. Jodie Benson. Okay, so to explain this, I've got to go back a little bit. So, okay, so first of all, the one thing I noticed this time is that this whole thing is King Triton's fault. Yes, indeed. If he didn't blow a gasket and forbid Ariel to go to the sea, that would not have driven her to the sea witch. She wouldn't have made the deal with Ursula, and none of this would have happened. But because he had to be the stern father, you can't go there, you can't do that, and destroy the statue of Eric, she goes to the sea witch, she makes the deal, boom. Now Ariel's not completely innocent in all this. She made the deal. But Ursula, she should change her name to Sea Bitch. Am I right? Because she had a plan, and she executed it almost perfectly. She knows. She's been watching. She knows what Eric's been looking for. The voice of the song. That's what Eric's been looking for. It didn't sound like me, but you know what I mean. So she makes a deal where, hey, I'll give you legs. I'll make you able to go to the land, but I'm taking away your voice. And you gotta find a way, you know. And yes, I'll point it out here. Ariel is a little whiny, but she's a 16-year-old girl. Which makes things a little bit weirder when you think of how old Prince Eric is and that he wants to marry her right away. But it's a kid's movie, so you don't think about that. But you don't know how old Prince Eric is. He could be 16 too. And in these kind of days, marrying at 16, these kind of tales. Also, in the original book, she died, so this was a happier ending. But yeah, the sea witch Ursula, she takes Ariel's voice, so she can't talk to Prince Eric. And I do like that section of the movie where she can't talk, so she's got to find a way to tell him. You got Sebastian singing songs, and you got, her trying to do some kind of communication, but, it works. On the other hand, though, she, I'll be right back. Hold on. Forgot to. She's at the table. So earlier in the film, she is showing that Ariel collects stuff. And one of the things that she collected was a fork. And so Scuttle, the bird, the seagull, voiced by Buddy Hackett, tells her to dingle hopper and that they use it in her hair. So during the sequence where she goes to eat the dinner at the dinner table with the prince and Grimsby, she takes the fork, she puts it in her hair. I don't have long enough hair to do it. She puts it in her hair and she twirls it around. And because that's what she thinks it is. I'll have to watch that again. I just watched it! And yeah, that's kind of funny, but then, for me, the movie kind of takes a dive. Because she almost does it. She's almost ready to kiss him, and she's fulfilling her part of the contract, and then Ursula sticks her two little, eels on her. Flotsam and Jetsam, and knocks her over so she doesn't get her kiss. And then Ursula decides, I'm going to screw her over and make sure that she doesn't get married to the prince, and she takes Ariel's voice for herself. And what I do like here, and this is what I was going to point out earlier, is that Jodie Benson does provide the voice for Ursula mostly when she's in human form at this point. So it's her voice that is speaking. So she plays the evil and good, side to that. But, yeah, she cheats. And she gets her way. It works. And she's not actually after Ariel's voice or Ariel's soul. She wants King Triton. And she gets the crown, she gets the trident, and she becomes this giant thing. But they get rid of her. Prince Eric saves the day and all that stuff. And then the king's like, okay, we'll live in harmony. And, the sea people, the humans, they live in harmony. Until the second film fucking ruins it. It does. Okay? I'm not going to review it, so I'll just throw it out right here. The second film ruins this film. There's some sequels that continue very well, like The Lion King and Lion King 2. But there's some sequels that ruin it by just being around. And Little Mermaid 2 does that. Because right at the beginning of Little Mermaid 2, if you don't know, they take away that harmony between the humans and the sea people because they introduced Ursula's sister out of nowhere. Which, it's been hinted at that Ursula is actually the sister of King Triton, but it's never been, established. But then they show her sister, voiced by the same actress. And then immediately they put up a wall between the land and the sea. So that negates everything this film had tried to do. But I'm not going to go into a full review, because maybe someday, somehow, somewhere, I'll do a review on it. But for now, I just want to say that this film is fantastic. It's the start of the Disney Renaissance, and it gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Most definitely. There are some problems with it, which is why I can't give it a full 10, but it gets a 9 out of 10 for me, just because there's, those things don't matter much to me, but they do. I can't just give it a 10. So, what are your thoughts on A Little Mermaid? I'm going to comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It sounds weird even me saying that, but thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.